Hi guys, welcome back. This is Team Tara with a video on balance, and that is from every aspect of your life. Balance in school, kids, your relationship, your friendships, your job, your career, whatever that may be, your money. This is the video for you. Stay tuned. So I feel like balance and time management goes hand in hand. I also feel like you'll make time for anything that you want to. Will make time for what you want to make time for, and I am a firm believer of that. So if you want to spend time with this person, or if you want to put money to the side for this vacation, you would do it. It's as easy as that. Figure out what's important to you and what's not important to you. Your job is important, then everything else, your friends or your girlfriend, if she's not that important to you, put her on the back burner. Let that person know before you get into a relationship with them, because you're going to neglect that person. It's always neglect when you're figuring out what's important and what's not. This is me when I had my daughter, like I said, young, and I had to figure out what was important for me. My daughter was important. She was my first priority, but also having a better education for myself and set her up for success, I had to spend less time with her and more time on school and work, because our bills had to get paid. So while she was at school, I was at work. When I got off of work, I picked her up and dropped her off somewhere else. So I only had literally the time we woke up, which was probably like 30 minutes to an hour before I dropped her off at school, and the time I picked her up from school to the time I had to drop her off somewhere else. That was literally like 3 hours out the day that I seen her up, and we had quality time together. And that's really not quality time, because we're in a car going from point A to point B. That I knew what I wanted for her. I knew what I wanted, what's best for her, and what's best for me. Right now, that's the sacrifice that I have to take. Hurt me, because I feel like I missed out on a lot of opportunities in the beginning. But what I did know, I didn't miss a birthday. When she had special performances at school, I made sure I was off. Or, I let my teachers know, hey, I can't make it. If my daughter was sick, I was there for her for those important times. If I could only do what my hand was dealt, basically. The weekends was always for her. That's why I was like so iffy about, letting her spend the night over at people's house or going to other people's house, because I was like, I don't have that much time with her. I want to spend as much time as I can on the weekends and the time that I do have with my child. And then once she got a little older and, she was able to understand, and I was taking less time at school, I was taking less hours, then I was able to give her more time, and I was also let her venture out and go to other people's house. But when it was really crunch time for me trying to make sure I finished graduate school, or I had picked up extra hours at work or extra hours at school, I did neglect her, but it was for the best, you know what I mean? The best for her and best for me. Work. Sometimes as a parent or a single parent, you have to pick up extra hours, or your work has some weird shifts. Maybe you work at night, or you maybe work in the day and you don't see your kids throughout the whole day, and at night, vice versa. You just pick out the time that you do have with them, and you're like, this day is all for you. Maybe you're off on Sundays. You like, on Sundays, this whole day is going to be for you. And if you want to have time for friends, then you'll be like, okay, I know she goes to bed at 8, so if I want to go out with my friends, it's going to be after she goes to sleep. It's going to be when I don't have her, or, like, you have to make set time and schedules so benefit you and also your child, and not neglect your child or yourself, because you do need that you time, and you also need friends. You don't want to lose your friends. You do need friends. I don't care. I'm in a marriage and I still don't want to lose my friends because they think I'm consumed with my marriage, even though that's my priority. Again, you have to know what's your priorities. As far as like time management, that goes hand in hand again with the scheduling and knowing your balance. Like I said, with my daughter, now that I have a little one, she requires a lot of attention. She's very busy. So you have to spend a lot of time with her. And then after she's down, I'm like exhausted. But I do still need my me time. So that means if I need to relax in the bath, I need to set a time for 30 minutes so I can do so. Or if I need to go out with my friends, that's going to be after she's down for her nap. Or maybe once out of a week, I set it, let my husband know in advance. Hey, I'm going out with my friends this day. I'm going to have lunch. I'm going to have brunch, or whatever that may be. And I just need to set that time away from me. You need to know if that's important to you, you're going to do it, right? yes, who can help you? You know what I mean? You need those people. If you're a single mom and you feel like you don't have that help, maybe there's a parent who also is a single mom and she wants to, you know, go out with her friends or spend time with her boyfriend. Maybe you could watch their kids, her kids for her, and then vice versa. Y'all just switch and alternate. You know, since me and my husband, if we want to go on a date, then we'll connect with somebody else, our neighbors who, you know, we trust. And, you know, like, hey, can you watch our kids? And, you know, next time you want to go on date night, you know, like, sorry if y'all hear P in the background. She's fussy. When you're being level-headed, that's really what it is. Some stuff is just really common sense. Like, hey, I have a girlfriend that I've been with for this long, and, you know, she requires a lot of attention. You know your girlfriend requires a lot of attention. So you need to make time for her. That's what it is. Don't put that person on the back burner. Don't make that person feel less of a person because you chose this job, or you now have a hobby that requires a lot of time, like that you like to play basketball. Take your girl to the basketball court. Like, figure out what works for her while she's at the basketball court. She's watching you. She's being your cheerleader. Afterwards, you need to spend time with her. You need to make sure that she's, you know, taken care of, because you don't want to lose out on people. You don't want to lose out on life focusing on college and your job. You don't want to lose that, because there's a lot of people who be like, oh, I work so much. I knew this guy, but he worked so much. When he could pick up overtime, he was. And it's like, what are you working so much for? You meet the requirements, your Monday through Friday job, or your 8 to 5, whatever job you have to pay your bills. What is that extra money going to? Like, you don't even have time for it. Say, for instance, he wanted to put the money into a car. You don't even have the time to drive the car because you're just taking it to work to go make more money, you know, to invest back in the car. Like, I gotta see if you're working for your kids and you know, you don't have, your job is paying minimum wage, or, you know, like, letting you're working overtime because you're trying to make ends meet. But if you're just working just to be working and you're neglecting your friends and your family, then don't be surprised when you turn around and your birthday comes and you done missed out on all of their events. You missed out on all of their birthdays, you know, their baby shower or whatever, and you don't have nobody in your corner because you neglected them. Another thing I want to talk about, when you are putting in so much effort, you want everybody to look out for you or come to your events or support you, but you're never lifting a hand or never encouraging them and uplifting them. How do you want that support? How do you want people to support you, but you can't support them? You want to go on a trip and the trip requires you to have $1,000, you don't have $1,000 saved. You're gonna work extra hours. You know, you're gonna stop having your lights on. You know, like, or you're gonna stop driving somewhere so you can save the gas. You're gonna make those sacrifices. That's all it is. It's just you cutting out on what's not important and doing what is. Time management is being productive or efficient and effective within a time frame. I'm going to try to get everything I need to be done XYZ so I have the spare time to cater to whoever or do extra stuff. So say, for instance, me, at my previous job, I was in school. I was in grad school. And when you're in grad school, you got so much work all the time. You're never off. So I had to figure out on my lunch break, am I going to go to lunch and hang out or talk on the phone? No. On my lunch break, I'm going to do my schoolwork. I knew what I wanted to be in life, and that success-driven attitude that I had, I'm gonna make this time for what's important. If you have a boyfriend and you don't have or a girlfriend and you don't have time to talk to them throughout the day, then on your lunch break day, you need to be talking or texting them. You know you're off every Tuesday. Girlfriend or your boyfriend is off on every Thursday. Y'all days are not in sync. Or maybe you're a wife that works in the morning and the dad works at night. Plan one day out of the week that y'all have some you time. And that means without the kids, just you and him, some alone time. Maybe it's at night, you know, after the kids are asleep. Y'all were just relaxing in bed watching a movie. That requires little to no effort, but it requires you just planning ahead and scheduling, like, babe, I want date night every week. And my date night need to be on Wednesday because you're off at night, or I'm off that whole day. Like, it's just as simple. If you're going to be willing to make it work, you're going to go the extra mile to reap those benefits or make that person feel special or make your friends feel included. Get a lot of rest, because if you're tired all the time or you're working so hard or this and that, if you're not getting those 8 hours of sleep or 7 hours of sleep, you don't have that energy to put into somebody else. You don't have that energy to put into your work. I remember a friend used to work at a daycare, and she had one baby, and she's around kids all day. And when she get home, she's so tired of being around kids all day. She don't have the energy to put into her own kid. But at the end of the day, that's your priority. That kid is your priority because you made that kid. These other kids are not yours. Also learn to say no. If you feel like, say for instance, your boss say, oh, this is not mandatory, or it's not required, but hey, can you stay after 5 more minutes? If you're trying to get that next promotion or you're trying to look good, then yes, go ahead. But if it's not a part of your job duties, or, you know, like say, oh, I don't have time today or something like that because my daughter has a recital or something like that, you need to learn to say no. It's just simple as that. Or if your group members want to meet on the weekend, and you know on the weekend you have all this time to give to only your husband and your kids or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, then you need to tell them, no, we can't meet on the weekend. We need to meet during the week. And learn to work smarter, not harder. You're doing everything right and in the proper order. You're not overlooking something. You're not making mistakes. That's when it means working smarter. Because if you're working harder, you're just trying to hurry up and get it done, you're going to have some error. If you don't have the funds, say for instance, you're on a budget. And like I said, you're planning to go on a cruise, or you're going on a trip. Your wedding's coming up. How can you make ends meet or make things happen while you're on a budget? So say for instance, you want to have girls' night. Invite those girls over, have a game night. Your boo wants to spend time with you. Hey, go to the Red Box, get your hair done. Hey, I got a friend who can do it for cheaper than my beautician. Or I need to learn how to get on YouTube and figure out how I can do my hair. Because you know what you have to do. You know what you want to do. So you don't stress yourself out trying to make ends meet. That's a part of being level-headed and having common sense. Also, when you have your spouse, your girl, or your kids, and you already know that your job or your school is taking up a lot of time, you don't want to bring your phone out. You don't want to have your phone, while you're at the dinner table eating. Because this is what my family does. We eat at the dinner table unless I'm really, really tired. Once we look up, we're all on our phones eating, but in the beginning, we're sitting down and we're talking about how was our day, what happened. And, every day is not like that. Don't you haven't seen this person. If y'all are eating or spending that quality time, put your phone to the side because it's not important. When that downtime comes, like say for instance at the end of the movie, you want to pick up your phone, then yeah, go ahead. But don't be looking at your phone the whole movie and the movie is playing. You're basically telling that person that you don't care about what's going on. Like, I don't care that you went to go buy this Red Box or cook this meal or did this and that. My phone is more important. That is about putting priority first. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was highly requested. A couple people had let me know about time management and being level-headed and just having some type of consistency in your life as far as like being a mom, a wife, a spouse to anyone, in your friendships, relationships, and finances. I feel like all of those go hand in hand. You can use this in every aspect of your life and it'll go a long way. But also let me know if whatever videos you want to see. Comment below and like and subscribe. Bye.